Good afternoon, folks, from Columbia County, PA. Today is September 3rd, 2024, and last weekend I was out in Milton, PA at a friend's house, and he's got a railroad that runs right by his place. So I did a little research, and it turns out it's the old Catawissa Railroad. So I wanted to do some more exploring of the Catawissa Railroad and see what kind of cool stuff I could find. I actually came out today to try to find a culvert or two. And I ended up finding something that actually everybody and their brother's been to, but I didn't realize it till I got here. And that's the Schuman's Tunnel. But first, let me give you a quick synapse of what I wrote down about the Catawissa Railroad. It operated in Lycoming, Montour, Northumberland, Columbia, and Schuylkill counties in Pennsylvania. Construction began in 1835 as the Little Schuylkill and Susquehanna Railroad, because this was actually going to go out all the way towards the Tamaqu area to junction with the Little Schuylkill Railroad, which we've talked about many times in previous videos. There was a financial panic in 1837. Go figure. There's always a financial panic in some decade. And that halted construction on the railroad. So in 1849, the railroad was reorganized as the Catawissa, Williamsport, and Erie Railroad. And then construction resumed in the early 1850s, and it reached Milton, Pennsylvania, heading west from where it was originally being built from in 1854. In 1871, it extended its main line up into Williamsport. And then in 1872, the Philadelphia and Reading took over the railroad, leased the railroad, and it became the Catawissa branch of the Philadelphia and Reading. Now, there's a lot more to the Catawissa than I'm telling you right now, but I just wanted to kind of keep that brief. Abandonment began in the 50s, and up until Conrail, sections were being abandoned. And a majority of it is gone now, but there still are some portions in operation. The North Shore Railroad operates on former Catawissa trackage. But yeah, where we're at today is called the Schuman's Tunnel. And the Wandering Woodsman has been here, a bunch of other YouTubers have been here. And like I said, I came up here looking for culverts, and just walking on the grade, which is heavily used for ATVs, and here's the tunnel. So I'm thinking this stonework right here is original to the Catawissa build sometime in between 1839 and 1854. I don't know if it would have been on the original build as the Susquehanna and Little Schuylkill, or if it would have been the Catawissa and Williamsport. But at some point, that was the original building of this tunnel. Now, the Reading had revamped the tunnel in 1915, because we have a date stamp right here, and we've got your normal Reading concrete right here. And there's your date stamp of 1915. Yes. So it's not a very large tunnel, but it is on a curve, which is pretty cool. So why don't we scurry down there and take a walk through it real quick. I have a headlamp with me, so I'm hoping it's going to do its job. Sorry about that. Get you out of the sun. Okay, so there we go. Schuman's Tunnel. Let's take a walk inside. So again, I could only speculate that the concrete, well, it's more than speculation. I'm pretty sure, since we see the date stamp with the concrete, that was all done by the retting. But the interior is brick, so I have to assume that that is from Catawissa construction. Again, all speculation. Could have been lined with brick at some point by the retting. I'm sure all this concrete was done. I'm sure this was probably just a bedrock tunnel when it was first blasted out. And then maybe bricked and concreted over by the retting. Brick line tunnels are great. There's one close to my home, the Dillingerville Tunnel. It's a pretty decent sized tunnel, and that's got the brick lining too. Also has retting stamps on it. It's part of the Perkiomen branch. Again, this is no major discovery. It's quite the popular hangout, as you can tell by the graffiti and the amount of YouTube videos that already exist, but I was pleasantly surprised to come across it today. Had no idea it was up here. But then after finding it, I was like, oh, wait a minute, I've seen other videos on this. This must be that tunnel, and sure enough it is. But still, cool find for myself. And again, this is the old Catawissa grade. Later, the Catawissa branch of the Philadelphia and Reading. And it's all utilized by ATVs. So I'm gonna do a lot of hiking around up here today, see what we can find. Maybe a culvert or two yet. That was the goal, is to find a culvert. What's interesting is this date stamp right here. 1929 on this side, so the one on the other side was 1915. So possibly the retting came back through in 1929 to concrete the inside. Again, not really sure, but it's interesting to see two different date stamps like that. And then here's your outside, which I'm thinking is original build from the Catawissa, possibly. Maybe not. I see concrete up there, so I'm not really sure. I mean, if it was built in between 1839 and 1854, there wouldn't be any concrete. But still, gorgeous little piece of history right there. So that's it. That's the Schuman Tunnel. Let's go see what else we can find around here.